"We're not arguing, honey," said Kiki, and bent her body at the hips. She tipped her head forward and released her hair from its flame-colored head wrap. She wore it in 2 thick ropes of plait that reached to her backside, like a ram's unwound horns. Without looking up, she evened out each side of the material, and then threw her head back once more, spun the material twice round, and retied it in exactly the same manner, but tighter. Everything lifted an inch, and with this new authoritative face, she leant on the table and turned to her children. "Okay, show's over. Zur, there might be a few dollars in the pot by the cacti. Give it to Levi. If not, just lend him some and I'll pay you back later. I'm a little short this month. Okay, go forth and learn. Anything at all." A few minutes later, with the door closed behind her children, Kiki turned to her husband with a thesis for a face, of which only Howard could know every line and reference. Just for the hell of it, Howard smiled. In return, he received nothing at all. Howard stopped smiling. If it was going to be a fight, no fool would bet on him. Kiki, whom Howard had once, 28 years ago, thrown over his shoulder like a light roll of carpet to be laid down and laid upon, in their first house for the first time, was nowadays a solid 250 pounds, and looked 20 years his junior. Her skin had that famous ethnic advantage of not wrinkling much. But in Kiki's case, the weight gain had stretched it even more impressively. At 52, her face was still a girl's face. A beautiful, tough girl's face. Now she crossed the room and pushed by him with such force he was muscled into an adjacent rocking chair. Back at the kitchen table, she began violently packing a bag with things she did not need to take to work. She spoke without looking at him. "You know what's weird? Is that you can get someone who is a professor of one thing and then is just so intensely stupid about everything else. Consult the ABC of parenting, Howie. You'll find that if you go about it this way, then the exact opposite of what you want will happen. The exact opposite." "But the exact opposite of what I want," considered Howard, rocking in his chair, "is what always fucking happens." Kiki stopped what she was doing and eyed him incredulously. "Right. Because you never get what you want. Your life is just an orgy of deprivation." This nodded at the recent trouble. It was an offer to kick open a door in the mansion of their marriage, leading on to an antechamber of misery. The offer was declined. Kiki began that familiar puzzle of getting her small rucksack to sit in the middle of her giant back. Howard stood up and rearranged himself decently in his dressing gown. "Do we have their address at least?" he asked. "Home address?" Kiki pressed her fingers to each temple like a carnival mind reader. She spoke slowly, and though the pose was sarcastic, her eyes were wet. "I want to understand what it is you think we've done to you. Your family. What is it we've done? Have we deprived you of something?" Howard sighed and looked away. "I'm giving a paper in Cambridge on Tuesday, anyway. I might as well fly to London a day earlier, if only to—" Kiki slapped the table. "Oh, God! This isn't 1910. Jerome can marry who the hell he wants to marry. Or are we going to start making up visiting cards and asking him to meet only the daughters of academics that you happen to—" "Might the address be in the green moleskin?" Now she blinked away the possibility of tears. "I don't know where the address might be," she said, impersonating his accent. "Find it yourself. Maybe it's hidden underneath the crap in that damn hovel of yours." "Thanks so much," said Howard, and began his return journey up the stairs to his study.